Hello. Okay, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Okay, I have explained in several of these live things that when I used to post videos, the camera would, for some reason, show everything correct, and now all my motions are backwards. So you'll get used to it as I'm trying to get used to it to show the product. But anyway, this is a real unboxing, not one of the fake unboxings where I've already tried on the boots. Uh, so you're more or less seeing this in real time with me. It took me extra long to make that thumbnail for reasons. So I'm broadcasting on a Friday night when nobody will watch anyway. But hopefully this boot model will attract more viewers than some of the other boot models recently that have had very few views. Not that I live for views, but I don't make these for the sake of my own health either. So, okay, carton open. Now see, some companies, I open the cartons first on purpose because sometimes there's nothing printed on the box that will, say the company name that makes the box matter at all. And sometimes there's bubble wrap stuck together with a company sticker. So you can see here. I had recently been corresponding with another boot channel telling me don't get these boots from this company. Well, not these specific boots, but boots from this company because of the sizing issues and things. Well, too late. I already ordered these a couple months ago and they're just showing up now. I wish they had come a week ago because I could have taken them hiking already and then I'd be able to tell you all how that went, but live and learn. These boots have passed our quality control processes and hand inspection to ensure that they are sound in construction and appearance. Nothing is left to do except wear your new handmade boots with pride. Compliments of JK Craftsman. If you have any questions or concerns, contact blah, blah, blah. So that's what I just read. So this is where it's not going where I want it to go, but okay. There's that. And then here's the welcome to the JK family with the lacing instructions. And here's more lacing instructions. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'll read some of it. Lace up and experience a new world of comfort and durability. You will never buy a pair of boots with better quality or level of craftsmanship. Every aspect of our boots is handmade and born from the hearts of our family-owned and operated company. Call us with questions. We'll see you for your next pair. Again, I couldn't order the next pair before I got this pair because I wanted to check the sizing of this pair. Handcrafted from my family to yours. And then, okay, lacing, tongue guard, kick, heel, back, lace patterns. Confirm our fit is unique for ultimate function and comfort. Length, there should be about a thumb's width. My thumbs might be different than their thumbs. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Space between the toe and the end of the inside of the boot. The way the leather will settle and allow the toes to curl. The ball of the foot should be comfortable and snug. So you got your try-on. Okay, let me just read the top part. With a good pair of socks and trust the process. These boots were built completely by hand. They will soften up, and the oak tanned insole and arches will mold to your feet. So this is supposed to have the extra arch support, same as the other two companies, or three actually now that I've tried. Do not dry boots by fire overnight. Oil before wearing. I probably won't oil them before wearing. I don't know if they included oil. Optional weatherproofing, yada, yada. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not going to read all of that. Fitting help. Okay, so here's a mega guide. I'm not going to read all of this on camera either because this is 3 pages. What cannot be exchanged? What cannot be returned? Most boot orders can be exchanged for free. Ship at your cost. We exchange, handle, and ship back to you at our cost. Certain models, etc., can affect your eligibility for an exchange. So that's that's part of the reason. Like I said, I went with this model instead of another model. I might want more because I figure try them out first, and then if I don't like them, then I can upgrade to the other color or whatever, and then hopefully those would be the right fit and blah blah blah. So we'll see how it goes. Warranty: if it's our fault, we fix it. If something is truly defective with the boots due to defective materials or a mistake in construction, then we will fix it at our cost within a year of purchasing. Yeah, see, so that should be good enough, right? We'll see how it goes. We stand behind our products. We strive for the highest quality, blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm not going to read 3 pages of stuff on a video. Just you'll figure it out. Okay, so we have some neoprene insoles, 2 in black. Figure that out. I've never seen quite like that before. I usually, well, these might not smush as much. I have some of those odor eaters ones, and they just smash immediately, and they don't affect the fit that much, but they don't last that long. Anything with a gel and a heel stuff usually puts my heel up too high, and I get blisters in a different place, and they don't necessarily break in exactly the way I want them to, yada, yada, yada. So here we have the tongue protectors, and they do have the slit holes that NYX does not include. So you need to add those if you don't have those. And then, of course, the standard sawtooth bottom, or why it's called a kiltie, I guess, is because I guess some people believe that kilts have a jagged edge at the bottom because they see the pleats. But really, if you had a jagged edge pleat bottom kilt, you would be very uncomfortable as it's scraped against the back of your legs. So a kilt, even though it has pleats, is not jagged in the back. If you want to watch my kilt videos because you're bored with boots, feel free. I have, I don't know, half a dozen or so. Leather laces that I may or may not ever use. I seem to be collecting a lot of them. Another sticker for those of you who like to see stickers. Another sticker. Okay, so we have multiple. Those being regular stickers, not this sticker that I'm going to put somewhere that I'll use it for later. Okay, so then inside. Okay, so we got a bag over each boot, and the shipping carton is the only shoebox. So the shipping carton container is officially empty except for the bubble wrap. Display there. There you go. Okay. In case anyone's confused which video you're watching. So instead of the brown, okay. So what I was talking about in the description or somewhere, some of these companies are more into it than others. They seem to not want to offer other options. I personally did not want to boot with a rough out lower, but again, to get them here faster, that's what I got. And here we have another ugly black tongue, same as Drew's. So Drew's boots and JK boots both love this, and 2 things I do not like. Also, since I didn't get a more customized option, we ended up with a whole bunch of speed hooks again, which don't want, don't need, don't like. I got the honey outsole instead of the black because I got these specifically for generic hiking purposes. That's why I got this with the half midsole being one of the selling features. Now this is where it's supposed to be able to flex easier because where that ends is where your vamp begins. Okay. So I was, debating in my head for a long time if that was making this kind of an overpriced gimmick boot because it's still costing close to the same amount as a Super Duty boot without being able to get the taller height up here and blah, 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 blah. But don't necessarily need that much rigidity when I'm day walking, but do want the extra snake protection that I'm not getting from a lot of the standard hiking boots and even some of the combat boots that are really more like sneakers with a suede toe. Oh, the other thing about the backwards camera is it puts the light in the wrong spot from where I want to show the things. Okay. But there's the stamping, also another feature I wish they would do away with, because I'm not supposed to be a walking billboard. They did include the pull tab. I don't mind pull tabs. I don't know. I was just watching a video earlier that, you know, they were talking about how much they don't need this or don't want this. Personally, I probably use it at least a third of the time, so fine. We don't have the again, what I was saying with the other boots, we have the stitching on the outside, so we don't have this kind of lip on the inside of the boot, which is the issue I've had with some other brands of boots, where that really is what gives you the blisters. So that's one thing the PNWs do that is superior, in my opinion, is put that stitching on the outside. So here's a tag I will read. Size, regular. And I did size down half a size as recommended, and I have not tried them on. And so we'll assume they're the right size, don't know. And the tongue, they use a much more pliant, thinner tongue leather. Again, I already kind of knew that. I think some people think that this gusset should last forever, and I've kind of grown to the opinion that it should be considered a necessary evil to have to replace this. And instead of trying to save it with the kilties, maybe not use the kilties most of the time and just let the gusset get messed up. But the problem, again, as I mentioned in the last video, they use the wrong kind of rivets, so these will shred the crap out of the gusset almost immediately, and they'll even destroy a kiltie pretty quickly, as I learned with the Truman boots. So that's what that is for, is to protect. But the problem is they send you the shorter ones that, you know, don't necessarily go all the way to the top. But here we've got an 8 instead of a 10-inch boot. So if you're not too aggressive lacing all the way up, if you want to, I don't know, leave one undone or something, you'll have less abrasion maybe. But yeah, these are rough and sharp and every bit as rivety as they look. So when you're paying over $500 for a pair of boots and they're sending you crappy rivets, you know, and it's not, this isn't the only company that does that, so that's annoying. So far, it seems like Nix is the only one that uses the good rivets, but I haven't tried all 6 companies yet or whatever. So we've got a bit of a seam in the back, if you can see that, and a bit of double up here, but this leather is not as thick necessarily as, or this double leather here does not necessarily as thick as the Truman boots, but yeah, it's pretty, you know, it's pretty thick leather compared to like Thursday boots or I'm brain farting other, well, I don't know, Grant Stone probably. Wolverine was the boot I just did 2 videos ago or 1 video ago. Yeah, this is a totally different type of, you know, boot, obviously, or almost. But here, I am feeling a fair bit of arch support, but I am not getting the extended stack logger heel here, which I thought I was getting. I'll have to double check that, because I was pretty sure that with the arch support you needed a higher heel. So this having a lower heel, I'll have, that's not on my, none of this is my paperwork. I'll have to go back and double check my original invoice, because I thought I was getting more of a logger heel, which is why I put logger in the title. So we'll see about that, if that's in fact a thing, because you can see where this does not bow out as much as if you go back and watch the Nix video or the Whites video, you will see where there's a definite pronouncement here to allow for that. But it's definitely not flat inside like some of the other boots. So I'm not sure what to expect there, but that arch support is supposed to be less in this boot. So how much less, I don't know. That was part of my questioning, trying to figure out, determine, because while I don't necessarily always want a full logger heel and don't necessarily know if I need that much arch support, I do still want more arch support if I'm paying the more money, because if I just want a flat regular hiking boot, I have like 6 of them or something already. So that was part of the reason to justify this purchase, was to kind of compare this both to the Nick's boots and to the other boots that don't have the arch support. So it's a compromise, but it's not necessarily all the correct compromise, unlike some of the other ones where it was kind of like, eh. But again, I had to get these here sooner, so I don't know. But that does look a bit of a heel. It's not no heel, but if you've seen, I don't have any in here. Well, if you don't know what a logger boot is, then you might be tuned into the wrong channel in the first place. I don't know. So then you got the quadruple stitching there. You've got the triple stitching on the back stay, a bit of stitching up around the top, standard stitching down the front of the vamp, or whatever you call the upper. Like I said, ugly black here. Now, a couple of the companies will allow you to change the colors of this, and Westco has the best one that I've seen so far, where you can really play with it, but you won't get any of their boots for like 18 months or something. Nick's is really frustrating because they'll tell you the names of all the leathers, but there's no picture correlating to most of them unless you accidentally find that one boot where it shows most of them or something. So almost impossible. But this is the burgundy and orange. I don't know what else to call it. And if this was smooth, I think it would look better with this than looking so kind of orangey. And especially with this just horrible. Like, no, if I wanted black boots, I would have bought black fucking boots. Oh, sorry. That's gonna get deleted or whatever. Maybe I can. I don't know how to edit these things yet. And this is going on really long, and I've only shown one boot so far, and not even in that much detail. But I don't know what about a boot you need to see that I'm not showing. So you got a couple of screws there, and like I said, the honey sole instead of the black ones. Okay, so I'll switch to the other boot, but this video is not necessarily going to be short like a quick Thursday boot video anyway, because we are, talking about a hand-built monster boot, or half a monster boot, not a semi-mass assembled. Well, Thursday is supposedly handcrafted in batches or whatever, so maybe they're not the best brand to pick on, but whatever. Obviously, it's still less involved than a full gusset and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, the left one and the right one look pretty similar, as one would hope. Kind of a square, round, what would you call this? A U-shaped toe box. So not a mock toe, but you could make a mock toe almost out of this. You'd almost have enough space there. Now, the guy in the other video was saying, what's the last? I can't answer your questions if I don't know the names of the last. Well, they don't name their lasts, or at least I couldn't find it on the website. So I don't know. I thought that since the Super Duty is supposed to be similar to the Nick 55 last, that this would also be considered a 55 last, but with a different arch and maybe a slightly different toe. I don't know if I can call this a 55 arch. So those of you who are arch geeks can get in the comment and explain which arch this is that I don't know. And I had a 10% off coupon I mentioned. So then, like, right after you order them, I got another offer in the internet for a 15 or 20% coupon. And of course, they wouldn't give me the extra discount. They only wanted to sell me another pair of boots. And I said, well, I don't even know how these are going to fit yet. So let's do one thing at a time. So they wouldn't give me that extra discount, but here's the same sticker on the inside. And yeah, we're at 20 minutes and I haven't tried them on yet, so I don't know what else I can tell you except tune in for the next one and hit me up in the comment section if there's questions and other things.